advantage. Mahomes to throw on second down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 16 Bs. Mahomes going to throw. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. With it is Brown. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
On the run, this is Jackson. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll run it here with Brown. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with a... going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. To throw, it's Mahomes. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Mahomes now to throw. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. In for the score. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Here's Mahomes to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Gets this one to Hill. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bills have recovered.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll look to throw here. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there at a Kansas City 1st down. And they'll run it here. And
but on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
on second down, here's Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. The point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the Bills getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go. Boom.
On first down, Allen. And this is caught off the deflection. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Allen escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off inside the 10. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And going deep for Hill. And that's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And Hill with it over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They get it to him running left, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Butker on for the PAT. The extra point up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And here come the Bills. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On play action, Allen. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Allen. And a quick throw here that's complete. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Gun!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's got his man on the out route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Allen now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard. And that'll make it 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it'll be a 2nd and long. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 21-14. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
All right, now look at 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's Allen to throw it. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Gone!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
There we go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And now out come the Bills. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Allen now throwing again. Flush to his right. Shreds the tackle. Finding room at the 30. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Not sure how you feel about it, but to me, I think we're seeing it in front of our eyes. This league continues to change. Look at the moves you ordinarily get from a running back from the quarterback position.
Yeah, that's like a Le'Veon Bell type move right there, but you're exactly right. The game's kind of evolving in that way, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the quarterback is rapidly becoming an extra running back as well.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And here's Allen to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. 3.
And again, it's Allen. Flushed out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here comes Kansas City. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make the play on the football.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down. Out of the 48. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down at 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now here's Mahomes. All hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Allen. And that will not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
319. 319.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Forced out to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
To throw, it's Mahomes finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one. Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Milano in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Now it's Brown. And he's got some space here. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Thinking pass, they surprised him with a long run.
I wonder if they saw that and just checked to it. Maybe had an audible and said, you know something, against 6 defensive backs, let's run the football. Let's get our big guys downfield and match up with the littler guys and see if we can create some space. And not only did they create space, they created a path all the way to the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. On second down, here's Mahomes. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's third down.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Mahomes going to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Dante Fowler in on the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Mahomes to throw on second down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. Important extra point up and through, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
All right, here we go. Blue, landing.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protection.
The 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, here we go. Blue, landing.
Back to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll look to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got it at the 15. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Allen. Howard, and yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
And he will get into the end zone. For the moment, it's 2 points, but there is a flag now. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because he had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Back to throw, Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This from long, very long range. And this doesn't get there. It's no good. They had to go for it, but their final effort here is going to come up short. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Bills, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs,
50